How's it? Sean from Fitz. Today we're going to do the surface tutorial. Okay, introduction to surface operations tutorial. To see how the boats work. The other tutorials here, these are ganked, man. I tried. Let's just look at these. A lot of these tutorials are ganked. I mean, the strike tutorials don't work. This one is for more experienced people. The strike tutorials, as I said originally earlier in another video, they don't work. Okay, electronics, I finished that tutorial. This history air to air, there's a bug in it, man. It gets to halfway. I went through all these tutorials today. It gets you halfway through the tutorial, there by the Vietnam, and you're waiting for the planes. They never come. They never come. So you can't finish that tutorial. Air to air refueling, I'm not interested in that. This stuff, I'm going to leave these tutorials. I'm interested in the strike. I want to see how the strike goes. The submarine tutorials. I found the submarine tutorial. I went through the first one just to see how it was. It seemed to work, but it's complicated, man. The submarine tutorial, instead of they're teaching you how to plot and measure and draw, put a yardstick and put a yard and plot and put an angle, and I'm thinking, hey, I just want to point the weapon, man, and shoot. I mean, modern submarines have that capability. They got computers. That's not like we're living in the Second World War now, where we got to measure the. I mean, the torpedoes they got homing things on them now. They're not just firing. They're fire and forget, these modern submarines. I was in a submarine, and the guys just measure. The computer calculates where the course. You just need to go home on there. So I went through some of these tutorials, advanced. They're teaching all Second World War stuff. So I'm not gonna touch those. I don't know enough about this, and I'm not sitting for 3 days plotting courses. So those are out of it, and that's what I wanted to do. I wanted to do the silent service submarine, but I'm gonna do that with the auto or maybe the manual. But let the computer do the targeting, man. I want the tactics. So the surface warfare tutorial, we're going to go through these, and if they get too complicated, I'm out. Okay? I'm out. I don't know how Uncle Tom's or Uncle Mark's stuff is, but if he starts getting too complicated, I'm gone. Okay? In my age, at this age, I used to be a youngster, I would sit with the charts and whatever. Now I just want to shoot stuff, man. I just point me where the guy is and give me the thing and let me shoot it. That's all I want to know. I don't want to know about charts and plotting courses and yardsticks and me. No! Somebody else can do that. And I'm sure today's submarines, you don't do that. I'm sure of it. Today's submarines are like, they got these weapons that are auto-harmed. They're auto-engaged. They don't have long, pointy things. And the submarine tutorial is all about teaching you how, like the Second World War, how to draw and. I don't understand half of it, really, and I don't want to understand any of it. So we're going to try the surface warfare tutorial. We might end up, because I am going to try and play the silent service one. I might not. I'll have to just on my own time do a refresher on this. But I might have to, because I want to play that one. But I'd like to play all of these, like just one time, the one campaign. So, I might try it later. But it's depending on how much complexity. This game is complicated. Okay. So let's just start. I know I'm going on a tangent here. Okay. Welcome. The Introduction to Surface Operations tutorial. This is the first in the series of tutorials designed to teach the players the fundamentals of surface operations in command. In this tutorial, we'll learn the following topics will be covered. Control the heading and speed of your ships, operate surface radar, and engage surface targets. Okay, good. We can get in with that. Maybe we can get a decently... Okay, so we do all this tutorial. As with others in series, has multiple pop-ups. Okay, we know where to review it. It's time compression. Okay, he's just talking about putting the time compression on and everything. You let these hosts chat too much, because they will bend your ears. I'm telling you. Okay, so we've received a radio call from a group of exploration vessels to our south, reporting that they are under attack by armed pirates. We need to investigate. So let's start by setting a heading and speed that is appropriate to the mission. Select your vessels, then press F3 to activate the plot course command and click anywhere south of your ships. Once you've set a waypoint, press ESC to deactivate that. Now set your speed by pressing F2. We're responding to a distress call. So you set your speed to flank. This will give us a higher speed, the highest speed our vessel is capable of, and allow us to reach the scene as soon as possible. Once this is complete, start the game by pressing pause. Okay. Nice, easy commands. We can understand that. All right, so F3. We got to go south, right? There we go. And he says, okay, he says that's going south. He says press F2, flank. Right, that's flank speed. Okay. And we with this Greece missile destroyer kind of thing. Detail in this game. This is just civilian version, eh? What do civilians need to know all that for? Anyway, let's just hit this thing up to 15. Okay, so let's just get to the get these pirates out of here. Tea with honey. It's like coffee with honey. It's lovely. Okay, so now that we're underway, let's quickly examine the surface ship sensors. Note that it's currently at night. Now we see that. It's a lovely night that we've done here, eh? Visual detection with mark the eyeballs is very poor, so we'll be relying on our surface radar to detect the vessels we're looking for. Radar is a staple of surface unit operations. When operating unopposed, it is typical for ships to use at least a surface search or navigation radar. Radar is an active sonar and needs to be switched on to function. So you're going to press F9. All right. Your patrol boat is equipped with a navigation radar. I'm going to read whether there's a deck, a combination of air surface radar. Yeah, okay. So that's what it's done with. Radar performance is affected by several factors, but in this tutorial, most concerned by radar horizon. The maximum range of a radar is limited by the radar's horizon, which is a factor of the curvature of the Earth. The altitude of the target, is that right? The altitude of the target, the altitude of the receiver, atmospheric factors, and frequency of radio waves, an approximation of the radar horizon formula that is useful for ships is RN, whatever, the range, the product of, okay, all of that. He wants to. Yes, Thankfully, most of these suggestions is sufficient to know that the typical radar horizon for a surface ship detecting another ship is around 12 nautical miles. That's all you needed to tell me. I didn't need to know all this. Curvature of the Earth, whatever. Just tell me it's 12 miles. Okay. Hey, there's a victim of the piling on here. There are a number of other factors that come into play. But for now, we need to be aware that the typical effective range for a shipborne surface radar is 12 miles. This whole paragraph we didn't need. 12 miles. Just tell me it's 12 miles, okay? And the total range for any radar is limited by the radar's horizon, which in turn is determined by the altitude of the target and the receiver. Other tutorials in this series will delve deeper into I hope they don't. I hope they don't. Otherwise, I'm off. I'm out. That's not a tutorial I want to do. Just tell me what the outcome of it is. Okay, tangent. Let's proceed south and see if we can detect the vessels in distress using radar. Okay. Switch on our ship's radar by using the sensors, F9, or the ECM, If using the sensors with F9, you will need to ensure that the unit obeys the ECOM. Yes, okay. While it's right, if using the right-hand status, you'll need to inherit from the is unchecked. These settings are used on larger scenarios to manage ECM and multiple units simultaneously. All right, so what he means is let's just turn the bloody radar on. There, switch that off and switch that on. Okay, good. And then just keep going south. 15. All right. Boom. There we go. Understand the story with radar. It's important to know where it comes from and the rise and whatever. But hey, just tell me it's 12 kilometers. I don't need the 50-mile formula to work it out. Yes, I'm at an age now. I'm 6 years old. I couldn't be bothered with all this stuff. Couldn't be bothered with the workings out of everything. Just give me the answers. Show me the bomb. Where's the bomb? Where can I send it? He said, there. Give me the bomb. Bomb. There we go. Where do I shoot? That's all I'm interested in. I know it's terrible. I've detected a surface contact. Unknown surface contacts are given by the brevity skunk, which is derived from surface contact unknown. Most radars will only be able to detect the position, heading, and speed of surface contact. However, some newer, more advanced sets can identify surface contacts through synthetic aperture radar. Unfortunately, the radars carried by us, I didn't know this was a patrol boat. I thought we had a little destroyer there carried by your patrol boat, do not have this capability. In order to identify surface, we need to use passive sensors such as ESM or visual. Change course if necessary, F3, and determine and continue to close with the detected contact at flank speed. Okay. Yeah, but we don't have to change course. We're going at 50,000 miles an hour. Why would you? No, we're going at flank. Okay, and I think we're doing perfectly. So this is the skunk, what they call skunks. Okay. Skunks. Okay, so let's just see. Okay, we'll carry on. Okay, that's fine. I'm liking the surface tutorial so far. So far, it hasn't overloaded you with information, technical data that you must read, pages and pages. Some of these tutorials, they want to load like 10 pages of data on you. Like not the submarine, the one air to surface, the one that was refueling in the air. Try that scenario. Never again. I mean, I had to read through it. A 10-page document that was this long, filled up the screen, of all the technical parts of this of refueling in the air. Keep it. Really, keep it. I didn't want that. Luckily, I didn't. Yeah, no, man. Come on. And the submarine one wants you to get all technical and draw out charts and draw and get conversion zones and get closer. Don't want to do that. Find somebody in the ship that can do it, and I'll just shoot the weapons. Okay, we've just heard from the ships in distress that the terrorists who were attacking them fleeing to the northeast. So he's fleeing that way. We need to be sure of the true identity before we fire. Plot a course to get close as possible to the vessel that is departing the area at high speed. Okay, northeastern. So he's basically, it's just east. He's flying that way. Okay, so yeah. So we need to follow him northeast. Yeah, this is it. This is the bugger. That's the bugger, but we need to identify him. Now he's fleeing away. There he's going. Okay, we've identified the pirate vessel and confirmed its identity. It's at its current speed. It's unlikely that we'll get in range to use our guns on this target. Select your patrol boat and press F1 to order an automatic attack, which we love to do, and then click on the pirate vessel. Your patrol boat will automatically move towards the pirate vessel and attack with missiles or guns at appropriate when it comes into range. Alternatively, you can handle the intercept and weapons launched manually, and then just plot the intercept course using the course plot F3, measuring the distances. Hey, stop the distance and angles using the measure. No, we don't. We're gonna. What must we do? Press. Yeah, okay. No, thank you. All right. So what we want to do? Let me just. Okay, there we want to auto target. Okay, there he's flying stuff. I like the fact that he's shooting. Yeah, on his own. I don't need to tell him. He doesn't need to plot the course. He's just, he got a handheld thing and he shot at him. Let's see if this thing's hitting. What is this? This is a... Oh, a penguin. He's going to devastate this. See if this thing hits him. I know he's firing all these. Well, he's going at the speed, eh? Oh. Yeah, the penguin didn't hit him. I think it was out of his range. Little patrol there. And there's a torpedo coming. Is that a hit? Hey, I like it. I like it. Okay, the scenario has been concluded. There we go. Yeah, 100%. Just auto and the weapons, and I like the way chasing him. He's working out the range. He's determining. Boom. There it is. There we are. Not keep the radar's 12 meters. Don't give me the formulas. Just measure it out. And I love this. Love this type of fight. All right. So let me close here. So there we go. We got him. Put him on auto. These guys know how to shoot. They're using their training and whatever. Yeah. Okay. So the next scenario. Let's go with start measure. So we got to play the where is he now? Surface the first tutorial, which was the introduction to it. Then we're gonna do to teach players the fundamentals of surface operations in command. I hope it didn't get too complicated, else I'm out. But as long as it's keeping it simple like it is, I'm still in the game. And I love this tutorial. It was straight in. You just shot everything down and off you went. Alright, next, Sean from Fitz. Until our next tutorial, good day on you.